one that gets you $2 off every event. Might be worth it to you. This is the $40 level? Okay. So what is this? TK Money and Douchebag Dylan?
Yep.
TK's Money has kind of been outplacing the rest of his crowd as far as skill level goes, like the Cheat and like Frosty and Chardlow. So he's kind of been
yeah, he's a little step above.
Yeah, and I think right now he's seated below them, so that might have to change depending on how this goes.
Yeah, because I guess he hasn't been as active, so maybe.
And AZ doesn't really have that many Falcos, in all honesty.
Yeah, I'm very saddened about that. I really hope there's a lot more Falcos in the future.
Yeah, I think as long as you're active, you're not going to have any good Falcos.
I mean,
without secondaries. Let me add that.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the Falco mains that I've seen don't go Falco on me, very sadly.
Except for Squid, he gave you that.
Well, no, I meant in Arizona. But yeah, Squid is an exclusive Falco main. I really appreciate it.
You appreciate.
I really do.
Yeah, he kind of got washed at that one tournament Juan went to. Seeded first, got like 13th or something. Juan was seeded second, got first.
Word. Yeah, Juan, I think he was telling me he went Marth in that set.
Yeah, did really well, playing the rotation. Now Dylan's not went out, because traditionally Falco wins this matchup. However, he's never lost to Nick Yingling or TK Money, and he's played at least 30 sets with them collectively. And I've even lost a few sets to Nick Yingling, so it's really not went out how he doesn't lose to Falco.
Yeah, this matchup is rough for Falcon, but it's not like insurmountable. Like I honestly think that this matchup is probably closer to like a 6-4, mostly just because the problems where Falcon are where his mistakes get punished really harshly. Falcos do too, but it's harder for Falcon to usually capitalize on them until he can get a hard knockdown. But once he gets a hard knockdown, then the matchup is equalized. So that's why I think it's a slight advantage.
I think just the knee makes the matchup. Knee kills at fucking 40%. Well,
it doesn't kill. It depends on DI, but it definitely sets up for kills.
Well, yeah. I mean, Falco's recovery is not the best, right? Knee kills earlier than most other characters.
Right.
I think in a lot of matchups, if Falco didn't have the knee, he's just invalid. In this matchup, I think if he didn't have a knee, it'd be. Oh
yeah, but I mean, if Falcon didn't
have
a knee, then Hacks might have a point with Falcon being a terrible character. The knee is huge for Falcon.
Honestly, I think the knee doesn't help in certain matchups. For example, have you seen S2J versus like Armada? He didn't like land a single knee. He was like all back airs and up there.
It's because the knee is threatening. Yeah, sure, you space a lot of your faster moves because Armada has really good spacing and reaction.
And do you know actually down throw D does not count well on Peach? Peach can wiggle out air dodge.
It can be escaped, yeah.
It's amazing.
But then if you wiggle out air dodge, then that means that you can punish that, though.
Yeah, but normally they commit to the knee.
Yeah, it turns into a 50-50.
It's a mix-up that most Falcons don't take. They just try to always go for the knee. Which is fair, because, like, how many people
Yeah, most Peaches get hit by it.
Case in point, GG7 versus Mackie. Look it up. Look it up.
The best. That's probably my favorite matchup of all time. Or match of all time.
If you like Taj commentary.
Without me commentating.
If you like the sound of his voice.
Because you will hear my voice. Ooh.
But like I'm saying, man. Fuck.
He reached. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when Falcon puts pressure on Falco, like that's the thing. Like Falco has a lot of really strong options on wake up and out of shield. And if you panic and do them too quickly and too often, then that's when you get set up for like those really delayed knees. Like Falcon can just short hop hover and like not fast fall it. Just wait for the sidestep and then hit you with the hard knee.
Also, I'm not sure if it's my personal experience, but more often than not, the Spaceys have worse DI than the other characters. When players who play Spaceys have worse DI than other players. Who play
unseasoned players, yeah, because they practice the tech skill, but they don't really have a way to practice responding to how they get hit. And then they're wanting to press buttons so much, they're always getting their hands tied.
It's like if you're a floaty, recovering's half your game plan, right?
Yeah, like
Spaceys just want to kill you.
Yeah, you're usually not pressing buttons in such a way that you're, accidentally holding down as much, unless you're like trying to crouch cancel. Even then, crouch canceling increases your weight, so like everything usually just kind of naturally works out in your favor for floaties. Where
it might have to do with how many buttons you press. Like I've seen Axe have pretty atrocious DI from time to time.
Yeah, because he's always moving and grooving.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I remember this one set with Mango. Mango was playing Falco. It was a close set, but Axe kept dying from like Falco's forward smash at 50 because he was holding fucking horizontal.
He went too low trying to sweet spot and then dying. I think he should have conceded and went high. Because even if he got lasered, he would have been able to grab the ledge.
I think this should have been his first counter pick, in all honesty.
Sometimes people want to save them for like a potential game 5, so they pick their minor counter pick first, so that they can try to win on that, and then if they lose it on the next counter pick, then they can go to the stage.
I would have the opposite. I would try to get the stage I'm better on first to kill the momentum of losing, right?
Well, it depends. Like for some people, if they feel like the match wasn't as bad, they still can just get the momentum by taking him to a minor counter pick instead of a major one.
Jeff normally goes Fountain before he goes FD, right?
Right, because FD is a stronger counter pick than Fountain.
Honestly, I think
because of the chain throw, not necessarily for like Axe's playstyle or anything.
Yeah.
But the chain throw is a really strong tool to use in a game 5.
I think if anything, that's just a pattern he's developed. It's just automatically Fountain then FD, Fountain then FD.
No, it's not a pattern. He put thought into it. Thought it's for the same reasons I said. Like it's FD, even though he doesn't necessarily perform as well often. If he does perform well, then it's a wash, right? Like if he's able to force grabs for himself, those are just stocks. They're off the table. But it's really hard for him to play in a way that gets those grabs without compromising a lot of his normal positioning, and he loses platforms, which are a huge part of like how he likes to play.
Now another example, Mewtwo King does not wait to go FD; he automatically goes FD. So what do you think his train of thought is? Just get the
because he always he has like a lot of extra counter picks. Right, and anytime that you pick a stage, then he gets to choose a character that's going to be more optimal on that stage anyway. So say if you were picking,
you were pretty far. What do you think was going to happen?
And then he still could have meteored that too, so like that was still a pretty bad forward B.
Yeah. I think maybe he thought it was Fox, and if he didn't meteor it, he might get hit by the fire and still...
Yeah, it was a bad choice regardless. I think he had to hit, and even if he did, it wasn't guaranteed to kill. He had to go for like another knee after that softener. But I was gonna. I forgot where I was going with my.
We were talking about Mewtwo King and his counter picks.
Oh yeah. So yeah, because Mewtwo King has Sheik on the board, right? Like you say, oh well, I want to take away platforms from them. Yeah, like he can counter pick Sheik or Fox and FD. Like he has a lot of versatility with his cast, which allows him to basically just pick FD on his strongest matchups anyway.
Yeah, but the case was, do you go with your stronger counter pick first or save it for last? It's more of a subjective kind of thing, right? There's no right or wrong answer to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeff prefers taking a stronger stage last. Yeah, King prefers going FD first.
Right. The whole point is I was explaining the idea. There's nothing wrong with either or. It really is your call.
Some will actually argue that you should go to your best stage first. I've heard it a couple.
Sure, you can argue
a few people.
but it's demonstrated to work both ways.
But no one. I'm not seeing anyone argue the contrary. Like saving. It's a subjective kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we could look at Tafo stats and say, well, like this tends to trend this way when people go to their stronger.
Tafo stats always go the way you don't expect them to. Fucking Puff wins on the Stadium. Marth wins on Dreamland.
Marth wins against Fox and Falco on Stadium more often too.
Have you actually heard the stat that Puff actually has a winning record against Foxes on the Stadium?
Yeah.
That's surprising. And other
TK actually having a little bit of tempo right now.
Actually, so Dylan missed the ledge twice. That's what 2 of the stocks came from.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really bad this matchup. Giving Falco.
Your niche is survivability, right? As Falcon, you want to live to 150 and 180 and get killed by a back air. That's a game plan more or less.
Yeah, I guess so. Or you mostly, I don't know. It's more like since he's heavy, you want to avoid getting put into positions where Falco just kind of gets the easy forward smash on down airs on you. And he was close to getting it there, but it wasn't quite enough.
Now, even in this circumstance, I'd still say it's pretty much even because Dylan has shown this entire game he's pretty much played with one stock. Since he threw 2 away.
Yeah, since he got no extra credit.
So he took 2 stocks with 1 of his, and he just has to take 2 more. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Now, if he loses this, he might get into his own head, but he's pretty good at holding his cool.
Couldn't get that knockdown on that up there. That would have been huge. But instead, gave TK Money some extra tempo. And TK Money now starting to play away a little bit more. That's usually where Falco can be really annoying this matchup, especially since he has a lead. Like, he can choose at any time to just like, okay, I'm just going to start retreating and threaten lasers. And if I get you caught in my rhythm at all, then I have a huge advantage. Oh, he goes for a high 4-beat. That's a little bit of nerves.
Dylan read the spot dodge there, which a lot of spaces would have done.
Very close to getting hit by that force.
That's death. Yeah, the DI is just not with TK Money.
I think he wanted the shield drop there.
And it's essentially even. Falcon can lift a
Yeah,
180.
any throwdown.
TK
If he gets a shield grab, oh, he got him on the ground. Here it comes.
It's even. Yeah.
Advantage Falcon actually, but
there's a little bit higher percent it would have connected.
Still has momentum though, and there it is. That ain't safe. Gets him in between the rising double lasers.
Yeah.